Aughties Podcast, WATP.
So I happened to be hanging out on YouTube the other day, and I see that Opie is live, and he's got a new show that's called Opie Showing You Something Cool in NYC. And I went,
what's it about?
Yeah, like, what is this cool thing in New York City that Opie's going to show us? So he's walking around with his phone, and he's filming and talking to people and doing all the Opie stuff that Opie does. And I was really excited to see, sometimes he goes to parks and things like that, or show you a bridge that was in a movie or something. But this one, I was like, no way, this is amazing.
This is why I'm live streaming today. Tom's Restaurant. What's up, Lewis? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, I'll go inside. So here's the deal.
I swear to God, this is a rerun. He's going back to the diner, the Seinfeld diner again. He's done this before. He's out of ideas, this man. What is he doing?
Well, there's not a lot to do in New York.
Right, that's what I mean. There's other places he can go. Lucy.
Yeah, but besides you, who watched the last one?
That's a good point. That's a good point, yeah. This is all new
You
stuff.
can keep repeating the footage.
So then he goes inside and shows us, some of the posters that are up and the Seinfeld characters signing things.
You got the cast of the Seinfeld. They signed this thing a million years ago. They probably haven't been here in 20 years. Oh, no, maybe they've been here sooner because, no. Jason Alexander looks a lot older than that. No. And then there's all the foreign money from people. All the foreign money. And then you got this thing. You would think they would remodel this place considering it's a tourist trap.
What an idiot. You would think they would remodel this thing. It's a tourist attraction. Let's change it. Yeah. The Eiffel Tower, people come for it. Can we remodel that thing? Yeah, like what are we doing? Why would we keep it the same? Fucking idiot.
But these guys who were popular 20-something years ago, like me.
Right. Yeah, he's like, geez, these guys probably haven't been back to this diner. Yeah, they've all moved on.
Yeah, I was thinking this is like his Belmont, except he's not on the wall.
Right. Yes. Okay. So I checked in to Opie does this thing on Fridays. He does FU Friday. And he starts off the show with a lot of energy. I mean, this is like 6 a.m. And he's got a lot of energy for this show.
Wakey. Good morning. Welcome to my live stream. We're 500 feet above the streets of New York City on this Friday. It's FU Friday. That means it's your chance to get involved with the program and let me know what bothered you this week, okay? I'll start at FU to Matt Gaetz. Stupid choice by Trump for Attorney General. Knock it off. Give the people down there in Washington a real choice for Attorney General. There it is. That's how easy this is.
It's a pretty hot take right there. I love when he talks politics. He's like, FU Friday. By the way, no one ever participates in FU Friday. He's still trying to get this thing going.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of the way quick because the lines are flooded.
Right, yes. Let me get my take in, and then we'll go to yours. So
always leave with a topic no one wants to discuss, too. That's the key to it.
What
Don't get the ball rolling.
What I love about Opie is that his political takes are such surface level takes. He never gets any further. Just goes, Matt Gaetz is a terrible pick. There, I said it. You're like, oh, well, why? Like, what's your thoughts on that? Who would be better? Anything. Because then he comes back to it later. I guess he was having a Twitter battle about Matt Gaetz the night before. So he comes back to that later in the show.
Like, I think Matt Gaetz is a terrible pick for Attorney General. I really do. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm not going to go back and forth with these people on Twitter. I know it's a terrible pick. Anyone with a brain knows it's a terrible pick. Why am I going to spend the rest of my day debating this on Twitter? So I said, I'll be on my Blue Sky account. And I guess that pissed people off. What? You can't take it. You can't take it. You can't take it. You can't take it. You can't take me and my 100 bots. My 100 troll accounts.
This is why Opie's so stupid. He's admitting right here that he gets flustered by the trolls on Twitter. He was getting upset.
And they have hot takes like, I can't take it.
I
can't take it.
Yeah.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
Well, also, again, he just goes, everyone knows Matt Gaetz is a horrible pick. wild. It's fine, but give some kind of rationale for this, some analysis of the situation. He can never do that. It's like, what's the point? What's the point of even bringing this up?
It's like the Tom Myers thing. It's like a little explanation would help.
Yeah.
You're the one bringing up the topic,
You
sir.
introduced
so
it.
Therefore, your audience may not know the subject. Teach them for 30 seconds and then give your hot take.
It's also like the Stutcho thing where he's like, me and my buddy were talking, so that makes it so.
Right. Yeah. It's like, okay, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
I was on Twitter talking about this. Neat. I don't follow you on Twitter. I don't give a shit what you're doing on Twitter. And then he left doing a Blue Sky and drove people crazy, which means he was still looking at Twitter after he said he left and was going to Blue Sky. People are freaking out that I left Twitter. Like, how do you know? And then the other thing that Opie does, this is maddening. I haven't checked out Opie in a little bit, so I thought like maybe some things had changed. But it's still the same thing where whoever comes into the chat first has to be the first one to chat Opie, and then Opie gives that acknowledgement of who the first person is in there.
Crew, Robert Cowling, you're first on the whole damn thing. Ross Dogg's broken spirit thinking he was first. You're second, Ross Dogg's broken spirit. I'm sorry. But Ross Dogg says Team Tyson. Absolutely. I can't wait for this fight tonight. I hope it's not a bust. You got Mike Tyson, 58 years old, just ripped. He was at the weigh-in yesterday against this Jake Paul, YouTuber, S-talker, and they're fighting tonight. And I just pray it's not a bust. I hope it's a real fight. I hope there's no headgear involved in all that nonsense. I hope they just go at it.
Headgear is the problem he has with this. He doesn't want there to be. It won't be a real fight if there's headgear involved.
You probably should have researched this.
Yes. So let's talk about this Tyson fight. Did you watch it last night, Pat?
Yes, I did.
I did as well.
It ended exactly the way I thought it was going to end. He's a 58-year-old man.
Yeah, not only did it end the way I thought it would, I put money on it, and it was plus 275 that it was going to be Jake Paul in a decision, and so I did win that bet. Now, I had a parlay with Amanda Serrano, who definitely won that fight. Did you see the women's fight? That was ridiculous.
Well, the headbutts were nice. I like the headbutts.
She cuts her fucking eye open, and she has to fight with that, getting all these headbutts, and she still beat the shit out of her. And somehow the judges unanimously gave it to Katie Taylor, and I lost my.
That was
bet.
quite the upset.
But you got to get that Puerto Rican trainer on your podcast. That guy was great when he grabbed the mic afterwards. And he goes, "She's a nice girl, but she cheats and she's dumb, and her head is huge." And I'm like, "That's great. That's a great take."
I was so annoyed with Netflix; it kept kicking me off.
Oh.
Everybody did, yeah, us too.
I literally wrote to their customer support thing, and it said, "A service rep will be with you in 1,305 minutes." Thanks, guys.
They're trolling you
So
too?
what's the result? What's the result?
So I was able to get it pulled up in time for the Jake Paul Tyson fight, and wow, was that a bore. I mean, I don't know what people were expecting. Mike Tyson hasn't had a good fight in over 30 years. People are like, I don't know, man, he looks good. I saw some of the videos of him sparring. He looks like he's going to beat the shit. No, it's Mike Tyson can't box anymore. It's impressive that he looks as good as he looks.
Well, and they had great takes from boxing experts like Rosie Perez. It was a very weird fucking team they had going on there.
Rosie Perez was so unnecessary on that show. It was so annoying. So this is Opie's hot take on the Tyson fans.
Oh my God! And of course, if you're older than I would say 40 years old, you're going with the Mike Tyson, right? Right? All these youngsters are probably rooting for the Jake Paul. Yuck! Evander Holyfield should fight Michael J. Fox. That's why Ross Dogg's broken spirit is one of mine. One of mine. Cheers to Ross Dogs. All right. How is everybody? You good?
I don't even get that. What is he talking about?
Doesn't matter.
Did you
Ross
see
Dogs was
Holyfield
first.
last night?
What's that?
Holyfield was there last night next to Lennox Lewis. He was the one that couldn't talk.
Yes.
Lennox Lewis kept trying to talk to him. And Holyfield obviously has been hit in the head too many times.
Yeah.
And he can't speak. So I think he's just saying he's a shaking like Michael J. Fox. But I don't know why that makes him his number one dog. Like,
This
why
is
he's
before-
like, that's why you're my boy, because you love Parkinson's.
This is before the fight, though, too, Pat. It's not like he's responding, reacting.
Oh, you're right. You never saw it.
He hasn't even seen that yet. So Opie says, if you're over 40, you're rooting for Tyson. I watched it. Every single person in that arena was rooting for Tyson. I didn't see anyone who was rooting for Jake Paul in that fight.
Yeah, I think he's conflating rooting for and going to win. I think he's mixing up those terms.
Correct. But he also doesn't understand that Tyson is a celebrity to younger people too. He's been in the Hangover movies. He goes on all these shows and eats mushrooms.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Yeah, he's got the cartoon. Like Tyson is
His
celebrity.
podcast is pretty big too, and he has it with all pot smokers and famous people they know. So it's like,
Yeah. So Opie's just going, yeah, I mean, if you're an older guy like me, you know who Mike Tyson is. Like, no, we all know who Mike Tyson is. He's probably a bigger celebrity now for different reasons, like a fucking, multimedia star at this point. I mean, the 90s, he had a rough go at it for a little bit there. You think? Yeah, it was kind of nuts. It was funny watching the Mr. McMahon documentary series. Have you seen any of that, Pat?
yes.
It's great because for publicity, they want to get Tyson involved in
Right.
WrestleMania to make it a big deal. And like they're like, so he was never convicted of rape, was he? Like, oh yeah, no, he was. They're like, oh, wait, why do we hire this fucking guy? What the fuck are we thinking?
They're like, not at that time. That's what the daughter said. Not at that time. They go, oh yeah, definitely at that time.
It was
During
definitely
that
right
time.
around that time.
That's when
He
wrestling
was
took a
raping
weird
in
turn.
in that moment. He was raping. Like, oh, perfect.
So he's changed his reputation since then, I would say. He's doing a lot better with that. But Opie's falling for all of this because he's watching those videos with the crazy training.
Have you seen any of the training videos that Tyson has been doing? It's just crazy. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Ted Palawada. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Bob. What else? Morning, GH and Squad. Happy Friday. Yeah, happy Friday to you, RJ Hinners. Andy Vollen up there in Albany. How are you, Andy? How are you?
This is what loneliness looks like. You used to not be able to see this sort of thing. And now it's being broadcast on the biggest video streaming site in the world, where it's a lonely guy who has to say hi to his couple dozen people watching him.
Right.
And knows where they live.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. The address part's nuts.
I mean, he's getting to know these people. I don't think Opie has a friend outside of the Gebhard crew that he hangs with. Because who would go on the internet and say hi to everybody in the chat?
That's what I was thinking. He celebrates the first one who gets in.
Yep.
Last can't be far behind.
All right, we're up to 24. I don't know if there's going to be any more people coming in, so we'll just rattle
Well,
off
I don't
all
want
your
anyone
names.
wishing me a goo morning, but a goo morning sounds terrible, by the way.
Oh, you don't want that, huh? All right.
No.
All right, I feel like this is a theme on today's show, some turkey talk. Opie's got
goody.
one of the hottest takes you're going to hear about, I don't know if you know this, but like people don't eat turkey outside of Thanksgiving all that much.
Jesus Christ.
How did they convince us to like turkey once a year? It's stupid. It's dumb. It's stupid. But it's tradition. And, you're sitting there like, oh, yeah, what a great tradition as you're just cutting into a dry piece of turkey. There's not enough gravy in the world. You can deep fry your turkey all you want, but the thing stinks. Absolutely stinks. Brian Bernard out there on Long Island. How?
Good stuff. There's just not enough gravy in the world with this dry turkey. Am I right, guys? Who's with me on
Turkey
that?
stinks. What?
But I didn't realize, and maybe you did, that this is a whole conspiracy by Big Turkey to get us to
no.
eat this.
I got to get my stupid turkey. Oh, turkey. Oh, God. No. No, I want prime rib. Maybe I can make prime rib in the shape of a turkey because...
I have good news, Hope. You're an adult. You can just have prime rib if you want. You can eat whatever you want.
I don't know if he can.
He probably doesn't make that decision.
Who do you think he's having Thanksgiving with? Who's making this turkey?
Doggy.
Him and Doggy at the kids'
Lamar
table.
Latrell.
At the kids' table.
All of a sudden, the supermarkets are filled with turkeys. It's like, where have you been all year long?
Jesus, does he not understand how this works? Like, when people want to buy a thing, the stores stock up with that thing.
Yeah.
It's the biggest conspiracy theory. You could go with the birds aren't real and the earth is flat and we didn't land on the moon, even though we went there 6 times.
Fish have eyebrows.
Next time someone goes, we didn't land on the moon, go, well, what about the other times? Because, we went there 6 times, not just 1 time. What about the other 6 times? Or 6 times in general, I think. But the biggest conspiracy, I think, is the fact that the Thanksgiving people, the turkey people, have convinced us that we like turkey once a year. That's why the supermarkets just have piles and piles of turkey all over the damn place. And then, somewhere around December 1st, there will be no more turkeys in the supermarket until next year because everyone knows no one buys it off season.
What the fuck?
It's just the dumbest thing.
Why can't I find pumpkins in January?
What's up with that? And another thing. I mean, I'll eat a turkey sub.
Yeah.
Throughout the year.
I was just going to say, I know that he's talking about a big, giant bird of a turkey, but there's turkey in grocery stores literally year-round in the deli section.
For sure.
Constantly. At every sandwich place ever, you could have a turkey sandwich whenever you want. There's never a shortage of turkey sandwiches.
No, Pat, they're convincing us that we like turkey. We don't even like turkey, but they've talked us into it somehow. It's a conspiracy.
I know women who fuck them.
They like turkey a lot.
And literally, I've had turkey on Christmas, so you can get it past December 1st. Maybe I know a guy. I don't know.
That is very true. Yes. So
Don't ruin the illusion.
Opie gets very excited about the viewers who come and view him because they're mostly regulars. He knows where they live and stuff like that. But then sometimes new guys become regulars.
Oh, damn, Justinian is becoming a regular. Good. I like seeing the new people becoming regulars. Scott Watson, good morning. I hear you're going fishing this morning, Scott. Where was my invite? All you have to do is come down the river with a boat. I'll jump off one of these piers.
Please.
And we'll see if there's any striped bass in that river still. Might be a couple striped bass still in that river right now.
Why does he know that the guy's going fishing that
don't know.
morning? What is going on with it? So this must be part of his pod squad, the Facebook group or something.
Oh, right.
That was what I was going to ask, is because it has the Facebook logo. So that's a person who's commenting on Facebook. So is he reading everything they're doing on Facebook before he starts streaming?
I think
Seems
so.
No,
These
Opie.
people are so lonely that they're going into this Facebook group for Opie and saying, "Hey guys, I'm going to go fishing later today." Like, oh, cool, Scott.
Scott, how's your cancer?
I don't know if you ever saw this, Pat. They did a Pod Squad meetup at Gebhard's. It was like 11 people showed up. It was so bizarre. And Opie took a photo with all the listeners.
See, I bet you he hired actors, because I bet you these aren't real. I bet you he has like 12 accounts, and he writes things like "gone fishing, wish I was with Opie," and then like, oh man, dude, he must love Opie.
Could you imagine if that was the case, that these were all Opie sock accounts who are complimenting Opie all the time?
Why else would he know, like, hey, look, there's Tom in Buffalo. Oh, look at new guy Justin Teeney's, because you made him up.
That's right. He suddenly gives a shit about people. What's going on?
This is so weird. I hope that this is true. Opie's family's been dead
Anthony
for
was
6
never
months.
real. I made up Anthony.
Opie's family is dead. They're like buried on the beach somewhere. His beach house.
Got a doggy puppet.
They're in that boat. Scott Watson buried my children. Thank you, Scott Watson. Allegedly.
That's awesome. I hope that's true. The other thing that's crazy is Opie, he's always showing off his view. Where he lives is one of the most expensive places to live in all of the United States. It's crazy what he's got there. And that's just one of his homes. Yeah. And yet he will accept and be very thankful for $5 super chats.
Right, to Paul, who just gave me $4.99. Thank you, Paul. Cheers. I just got a brand new MacBook Pro yesterday. That didn't come cheap, so I'll take your $5 today to knock down the cost of that. Absolutely.
That $5 wouldn't pay for 5 seconds of living in that place.
No.
It's crazy. Like, why even take money at that point?
I can't look at Opie and not think of him promoting Facebook stars, which are worth a penny.
We found out they're a penny a piece. Give me Facebook stars, a way to help me earn money.
And then you look at his background.
I mean, does he? When's the last time he had real revenue coming in? I know he has the old money, but
right. No, he hasn't made money since the Westwood One deal, which was 2018. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a long time to live without any income.
Right. So this, I think this is paying for all his streaming services.
I mean,
like he needs.
He does.
Netflix take $20. He needs Hulu.
He does bring it up from time to time that he's like, no, we're making money over here. We're actually making some money. It's like, it's so negligible. It's a rounding error.
You're right.
Based on his lifestyle. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. I wonder if he'll ever get a job again. He's talked about getting a job on the radio again for some. A lot of these guys want to go back on the radio for some reason. I mean, I'm sure
radio is not hiring anyone that costs money ever again.
No,
They're not.
No, it's done.
Nothing's live anymore. When I go on the air, I record it 4 days earlier. No one, besides morning shows, no one's live, so they're not going to pay him to do this and record that shit.
We had Eric Nagel on. I don't know if you caught any of that, Pat, but he was just saying, because he works for iHeart still. He's one of the people who still has their job over there. Yeah. And he was saying that some kind of memo leaked that they're going to be cutting 30% of the workforce by March. That's just...
Yeah, I'm at a smaller place, but we just had the email that 10 people got cut. And we have 100 or so people, but like it was out of nowhere. One of the guys was doing like 6 jobs too.
Yep.
And he's just gone. So it's like...
Sucks. Not a fun place to be, but that's where Opie wants to get back to. And a guy brings up that Jim Norton might be leaving Sirius. And this really triggers Opie. He has a lot of hate for Jim Norton.
Jim said he may be quitting Sirius. Oh, are you going to quit? Do you want everybody to feel sorry for you because you're leaving Sirius XM to do a podcast with your wife? What are you doing?
Making more money?
Don't you understand, Norton, that it's a lot tougher on the other side? Keep your stupid cushy gig that no one's listening to, because it's nothing but a hustle on the other side. It's a pain in the ass out here. I don't like you, but here's your advice: stay in that stupid seat, because it's not easy out here.
What a jealous bitch Opie is.
The bitterness.
Yeah.
The bitterness is just oozing from him.
I also love the fact that he goes, "Oh, you don't even understand how hard it is to make a living podcasting." Jim's been podcasting for years.
Yeah.
He's been doing Chip and Doug Bell, and now he's doing the show with his wife. They're getting big guests on that show. It's just like Jim Norton actually has fans and followers and people who want to see what he's doing.
And Jim has tested out, like you said, many different ways to see which one hits, which one draws the most, what's getting the most range, while still being able to promote it and all that stuff on the radio. They'll come over. The ones that like him will definitely come over anyway. Opie didn't know how to do that, because when you're taking pictures of guys pissing and shit, you don't think about your fucking background.
Correct. Opie had no idea, no plan. When Westwood One hired him to do a podcast, he had no plan. He didn't know. He's just going to walk around the streets with his buddy Carl with a Zoom recorder. And there's another episode. We did it again. Made another one out. Yeah. And so now Opie's going out there.
All my sidekicks can't die. Well, they did. So
what are the chances that all the guys who want to work with me die? Well, it happens.
I heard him catch himself there. He's like, hang on to your cushy gig that no one listens to.
Right, yeah.
How could it be both?
Yeah, right. You got to get that in there as well. So Opie obviously did not have a plan. And that's why he's bitter and saying, why would anyone go into podcasting? There's no money to be made. It's like, no, Opie, you just did it all wrong. And you continue to, because right after that, he brings on his guest.
All right. Ron the waiter back, unfortunately. I mean, hi, Ron.
This guy, Ron the waiter, is the worst of all. I mean, worse than Vic Henley even. This guy is just nothing. I don't know why Opie puts up with him. It is similar to the Dance Moms that we were watching earlier, where it's just idle small talk, just nothing going on. Like, is the View on? Can I watch something else? This is terrible. So I think Jim will do just fine there, Opie.
Who are these podcasts?